Woo! Woo! And this is
Partially
partially
biased.
biased. The show with biased takes from biased fans. Partially. Aaron, what's going on, dude? Another awesome episode on the horizon, my guy.
Yes, dude, I had a nice bye week. I got to watch stress-free football,
Oh,
even
dude, that's
though
always nice.
even though every single AFC North team won this weekend.
I know pressure's on. That's looking to be I mean, we already knew it was a tough one, but it's only getting tougher.
It is, and like they didn't win by a crazy amount, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
really liked is they were chippy games.
Yes.
They're just hang on, just
Mm-hmm.
barely, and like as we said last week, we thought San Fran was gonna just wallop every team they came up against, and then lo and
Mm-hmm.
behold, the kicker can't kick that final field goal.
No, dude, that sucked. It was really stupid, especially because I think I talked a little trash on Twitter, not necessarily, but like Dave Portnoy picked Cleveland to cover, and I was like, yeah, did
Mm,
he know that Deshaun Watson wasn't starting? Like,
Knew the
and I was like,
script.
ooh, I ate crow real hard here. I was like, wow, to a backup too. I was like, everyone has those days. Injuries are a pain in the butt. Your best ability is availability. So, with that being said, talking about that game and your stress-free football, what stuck out to you today or this
Um,
weekend?
I mean, this weekend, I think honestly the officiating is really what stuck out to me this
No
week.
way.
I
Wow, that's
mean,
a bold call.
well, the amount of laundry that was thrown during that San Fran game was
Hmm.
just kind of puzzling because there were some hits, there were no hits that were being called as like roughing the passer or PIs or holding, non-holding. Like I would say at least like last night for y'all, there were a couple of the last two plays where the Giants were like literally at your doorstep. It was just like, could have that been called? Could that have not been called? And it made it kind of a hard product to watch all around, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No, I don't blame you. It seems like officiating has been really weird. I mean, I know there were a lot of calls in like our London game last week, and there were a ton
Yeah.
of yellow flags. There was a ton of laundry on the field last night in Orchard Park. So it is kind of interesting. It's like, oh, are we being ticky tacky here, or it's funny what's get called and what doesn't. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
officiating was a little rough. What stuck out to me, I mean, we already talked about one team, one undefeated team, no longer undefeated, but the other one,
None of them.
I hate to say it, the damn Jets getting the win at home, beating the Eagles, and Jalen Hurts having possibly the worst game of his career, if not
Yeah.
tied for the worst game of his career.
What do you
I
have? Three
mean,
picks? I mean,
yep,
that was rough. And I
yeah,
mean, they stopped running the ball. I noticed
mm,
that they really just like they gave it to Swift on certain downs, but they were trying to pass it way too much. And
sounds like
there
another
was
team I know.
hmm, I can't imagine who that would be.
What team would that be?
But yeah, so I think and in the Eagles schedule, I don't know if you've looked at it, but it gets pretty tough. And if they're losing to teams like the Jets,
I mean,
are
I'm
we
sure,
worried?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking about our insider Joel and what he said a few weeks ago. It's like this is not the same Eagles offense. There's just something a little off. And granted, I don't want to say it's still early. We're not the mid-year point,
Yeah.
but we're getting into that point of like we kind of know what teams are, and it's just like if they're going to reach another level, they're going to find a way to do it quick. Because I mean, this
Yeah.
Jets team is talented, but we're still talking an Aaron Rodgers-less Jets team.
Yeah.
But that was a huge win for the Jets, unfortunately. I mean, I'd love to see them stink it up, and I hate it especially because you know what I miss? I miss when MetLife was like dead, when like no like it like hit me. I'm like, why are there so many Jets fans? I was like, they all bought season tickets because of Aaron Rodgers, and like they won a few games, and they're like, oh, well, we'll go anyway. We bought the season tickets,
I
and
mean,
like that place is a tough place to play now. It seems like, and I hate that.
yeah, and I mean, like even like Garrett Wilson was playing well, and Zach
Mhm.
Wilson, they had a little bit of connection.
Yeah,
Brees Hall went off. I mean, especially with the garbage time touchdown at the end of the game. But I mean,
that
like
kid's a stud. Kid is a stud.
you just wonder, like are the Jets figuring stuff out right now, or was that just kind of a fluke that the defense kept them in the game? You know what I mean? Because they didn't score more than 9 points
Hmm.
the entire game. So I
Hmm.
mean, I think
I
they still have
mean,
some offensive woes, at least on the O line. You know?
oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's still Zach Wilson, like trying not to beat himself. But I mean, he did do that. He didn't turn the ball over. And like, that's how
Yeah,
games come to. If you can take care of the ball, it's like wins are games are not won, they are lost. And an
Yep.
easy way to lose a game is turnovers. So if Philly maybe only has one turnover, way different ball game, and then also
Oh, for
missed field
sure.
goals. So I don't want to say there's quite an asterisk on there, but there almost is. I mean, it's really tough to go unbeaten in this league. They're all
It
professional
is.
athletes, creme de la creme. So if I'm Philly, I'm not too worried about it. But if I'm the Jets, it's a big win for you. If you're in Holden's scenario, knock
Yeah.
on wood, that doesn't happen. Anything else to you, or you just want to get into this week's slate?
Nah, let's get into it.
Dude, I'm into it. All right, first up here, Thursday night football.
Ba,
The
ba, ba,
Jacksonville
ba.
Jaguars, dun 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 dun, traveling to the Big Easy, more like the Big Cheesy.
Hmm.
Oh, Jags here favors by -3. What you got in this game?
I got Jags as long as T-Law is good. I think they said he had like a slight knee injury or something like that
Yeah,
day to
saw that
day.
too.
But I
Mm.
mean, they were electric against the Colts. I mean, what's his name? The backup for the Colts, he just couldn't get
Oh,
anything
Gardner
going.
Minshew. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He had a rough
Minch,
day.
Minshew just couldn't get anything going. And ETN, dude, ETN's hitting the ground running, and he's doing it through the air and on the ground. And that's,
Where was that last season when I had him, huh? Where
you know,
was that?
he just waited to be on my team. That's
Apparently,
yeah.
maybe coaching matters here. All right, ownership matters, whatever.
But it does bring into question like who is the backup for the Jags if T-Law can't go,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll
See, that's
check
an
that real
excellent
quick.
question. I'm not fully
Uh,
sure because
Depth chart, we got
that.
C.J. Beathard.
Oh yeah, wow, that's an old name. I haven't heard that one
Yeah,
in a while. Not since
yeah.
the Niners. I
I
think
like
I'll be
Jaguars
fine.
though. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm on the Jags as well here. I think it's a not an easy pick because I mean the Saints are still kind of like a weird team. I think they can beat the good guys, but also lose to the bad teams. So I guess the Jags proved that as well. I want them to get the ball to Calvin Ridley more, huh? What happened to that? Like
he's
we're just
just
ignoring
covered.
Ridley. We're hitting Kirk. We're hitting Ingram. We're hitting EPN. Do me a favor. Let's just target Ridley 5 times. Give me 5 targets his way. You know,
5 reception.
just do me a favor. Just one. I don't ask for much from Duval County, but give me that. All right,
Yeah,
both on the Jags. I'm staying away from that one. My game of the week: Bills
let's
going into
go.
Foxborough. Foxborough with their ugly addition of a lighthouse. I think they haven't won a game since the construction of this lighthouse. I hope to see that keep going. It's all Bills here. Look, this past Sunday night, it was ugly. I'm not gonna. I can't sugarcoat it anyway. It was ugly. Offense was inconsistent. Defense. I think still did a good job considering all the injuries that we had. I know it
Yeah.
wasn't a full high-powered Giants team missing Danny Dimes, but
Hmm.
I still think we held our own. I don't think Tyler Bass misses that many kicks again. His first missed kicks all year. Um, yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Ken Dorsey has to get consistent at calling offensive plays because we were averaging like 5 yards of carry on the ground. I'm like, why are we not running the ball? What is this cutesy running? We're running halfback draws. Like,
Mm.
just actually run the damn ball. And I'm starting to get concerned with how many targets Diggs is getting.
You think he's
I know.
targeted too much?
Oh yeah, it's starting to come that way because like I think he had. I mean, it's something crazy. I mean, they had over half of target share. And what 4 games in a row of 100 yards? Yeah, that's nice. But when you get targeted 12 times a game, I would expect that. And yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes he is incredibly open, but other times I'm like, Gabe Davis ain't open. These other wide receivers are gone ain't open. Dawson Knox ain't open. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, I'm like, is there something, is this to keep Diggs happy? Like, hey, I better get some targets or else, trouble in paradise. And I don't want to buy in
Yeah.
that narrative, but
Who was the other
um,
tight end that scored? Um,
oh, that was Quinton Morris. He's our third string because
okay,
Dalton Kincaid was out with a concussion.
gotcha.
Ironically, I picked him up in fantasy in our league
I did see
because
that.
I was like, oh no. But then I was like, wait, Dawson Knox is a free agent. I'll go with that. And
Yeah.
lo and behold, Quinton Morris had a better game.
You hate to see it, dude. That's fantasy
we
for you, though.
No, it is. I'm so screwed. Dropping Thielen so quickly really has bit me in the ass, and I'm not a fan of that. But anyway, I'm on the Bills here. I think the Patriots are dead. I looked on DraftKings and saw that the Patriots touchdown total was at 1.5. I'm tempted to take that under. I know the Bills defense is banged up. I know Bill Belichick does tend to play us a little close, but like
You think they're going to
this,
score 0 touchdowns?
No, 1.5. I'm saying they
Okay,
will
okay,
not score more than 2.
okay.
So I think it
Sorry.
was at like minus 115. I do like that as a prop.
Okay.
I'm taking the Bill spread, even though last week didn't go well. But hopefully Josh's shoulder is okay, and we just find
Hmm.
a good rhythm against an old opponent. And yeah, Bills by 1 billion for sure.
Yeah, I do like Buffalo here just because of the history between the two and the fact
Mm-hmm.
that the Patriots, I mean, Mac Jones, man,
Garbage.
they're scheming players open and he's still not hitting the wide receivers. Like the offensive plan and the play calling actually looks pretty decent. It's
Mm-hmm.
just Mac cannot finish the plays or he can't get the ball to those wide receivers. And the I don't know if you saw any of the highlights from the Vegas game,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, the O line cannot do diddly shit, dude. They're
Nope.
so bad, and
Yep.
like Max Crosby ended on a safety, so
Yeah, that was lit.
yeah, that was lit. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, no, it's got to be Bills, and I think the defense is gonna kind of get back to rhythm here on a for all intents and purposes a pretty bad team. So
I mean, I'm hoping so. I mean, obviously, it's just like even last night, I'm thinking, okay, no Tre'Davious White. All right, no Matt Milano. Like we have two, like essentially rookie
Epeneza's playing really
linebackers.
well though.
He's having a good year so far,
Yeah.
which like is nice because the contract year. But I'm almost seeing flashbacks of when it was Shaq Lawson's end of his rookie deal, and he had a nice year. And
Mm.
then we kind of were like, "Hey, look, we know you. We've seen the tape the last 4 years. Some other team will overpay you. We're not overpaying you. We kind of might think this is a fluke, and other teams are probably willing to take a chance on you. So I don't personally expect him back, but we'll see. I do love his effort. Um, yeah, I like the grit we showed. It doesn't matter how you get the wins; it just matters that you get the wins.
Mhm.
There's sometimes you play down to your opponent. It doesn't matter as long as you get a dub. That's all that counts. But
Amen.
yeah, moving it on to a more competitive game, hopefully here. Browns Colts traveling to Indianapolis, Minshew Mania. Rumors swirling that first round draft pick Anthony Richardson out for the year potentially with shoulder surgery. That's a rough one. You don't want to see that
Strongly
from the
considering.
franchise. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like you're telling me a quarterback has to throw the ball? That's nuts. And the Browns hopefully getting Deshaun Watson back. Are you riding on this Browns train?
I don't know, man. My pick suffered while being biased. So I
I know.
think I don't know how the Browns kept up with the 49ers. It's still boggling in my mind how like I
Yeah.
mean I know CMC
Is it
went down.
weather?
Trent got hurt a little bit. He got his ankle rolled up on. Debo got
Mm-hmm.
hurt. But like the immediate drop off of the O line just not being able to hold the pass rush of the Browns. I mean that was immediate, and
Mm-hmm.
it made Purdy look a little bit human.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if the Browns pass rush is going to get after quarterbacks like that, the Colts have no shot. So I'm gonna have to take Cleveland here. And dude, Amari Cooper, by the way, that game
He
had
still
some
got it.
pretty good catches. Like he may not have the speed,
Nope.
but the catches, dude, the catches were incredible.
I mean, meeting the ball at the point, just like real strong hands, good positioning. I'm with you. I mean, still a good route runner. He's still, I don't know, top 20
Oh
in the
yeah.
league, probably. It'll be interesting to see when he has a little bit better talent throwing the ball. When are we going to see, what is it? Not Trent Richardson. Taylor, the running back from Indianapolis. When are we going to see him back?
Oh,
I mean, he's
JT,
cleared, right? Yeah, when are we going to see
he's
Jonathan
he,
Taylor
he's
back?
cleared to play. I think Zach Moss just kind of took over. I don't know. I
I
mean,
mean, they paid him a lot of money to not see him on the field, is all I'm saying. I
yeah.
think if Jonathan Taylor plays, I, I, I guess
Let me
I'll
see
take the
his.
Colts at home. I can't say that. I can't
Let me
say
see
that
his
out
box
loud.
score. Hold on. He got
Yeah,
8 carries for 19 yards. His longest was 5 yards. And Zach Moss was 7 for 21 with a tud.
I'm on the Browns. I'm on the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm just more consistent. Deshaun's going to be back. I'm on the Browns here. We'll leave it at that. Tempted to touch the game. It's a lean Cleveland. I'll give it a lean on my card, but not an official pick.
Okay.
Speaking of, and also we're moving to Holden's game of the week, but I also forgot he did send picks, so we'll give a few
Oh.
here. He's on the Jags. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
these are not in order whatsoever. He's on the Browns. That's good.
Okay.
Let's see. He's on the Bills. Okay, great. We love that.
All
And
right.
obviously, he's taking Washington here. Washington, huge win. I'm not going to say season saving, but really just a nice. You stop the skid. You know
Yep.
that was a winnable game. You won it on the road. That was huge. What was it? Howell had a nice day. Three
Did.
tutters.
He did.
Get it done. AG finally found the end zone. That bum.
I know, dude. He's been MIA, dude. Like I had no
Yes,
idea what happened to him in the game plans for the other games, but
dude. He started fumbling, and they were like, "We're not doing this." Like, it's not happening. Sorry. Like, see ya.
yeah.
Like, see you on the bench, bud. Shoot, playing the G man
Hmm.
in New Jersey. I'm on the commies. I'm on the Commanders. I can't trust this Giants team. And you know what I hate to say?
What?
I liked how Tyrod played.
Yes, I was about to say that, dude. Tyrod
There
was
were
a
there were some moments where I was like, "Oh, that's classic Tyrod." Like, I don't like what I see. Throw it away. We'll play next down. Or that snafu he had at the end of the second quarter, going into
yeah.
half. And that he did the exact same thing in our playoff game against Jacksonville, except he did it in reverse. It was a run call, and he was like, "I'm going to check to the fade," and I'm like, "Tyrod, you're barely 5'10". Why are we throwing to the fade to a wide receiver who's barely 6 foot tall? This doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
let's pound the rock. We have Richie Incognito and Eric Wood. Like, but yeah, besides that, he had some great balls, man. He
Him and
always puts the
Slayton,
deep
dude.
ball.
Him, Slayton, and Hyatt had some type of chemistry going on, and like
Mm-hmm.
he didn't seem pressured. Like he still got sacked, I think, but like
Yeah, that
he
offensive
just
line is horrible.
yeah, and
Figured it
it's
out in the
just
second, but
I just I figured with all the injuries on it that he would just be completely smothered and suffocated, but he played rather well. So to that point, I don't know if I'm gonna take Washington.
what? Come
I don't,
on,
dude. All
dude.
right. So the one thing I watched the if you watch the last like 4 minutes of the Washington Atlanta game,
Mhm.
Ritter started shredding them, and I know he ended on a pick, which kind of nulls that shredding thing. But I
What do you
mean,
mean? He was
one.
he was aiming for juice.
I mean, yeah, of course he was. He was hitting London in stride, and he got like three like back-to-back completions for like 15 plus yards. He was
Hmm.
chunking them down the field. Bijan Robinson got a couple of good looks, and then he
Hmm.
just threw a pick. Um, so that I can't tell if I trust this Washington defense to the point where I can confidently pick them to win outright. And the spread right now is -2. I think
Yeah,
for a chippy in division game, I think I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go Giants because if Tyrod
man in the
starts
suit, man in the
again,
suit.
plus Saquon's back, you know,
I mean, I will say Saquon looked a little different in that second half, especially in the fourth. But
yeah,
and he will get a little healthier. But I don't know. I think there's too much talent on this Washington defense, especially the D line. They've got to find a way. I mean, sitting at 3-3, you already lost a close one against Philly. You need to get a
yeah,
division win because I feel like Dallas and Philly are just so. You need to you need to step on the throat here.
yeah.
Like the Giants are bleeding, and you just need to just put them out, commanding win, not turn the ball over,
I like
and
that
they'll
commanding
win.
win.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Ah.
right. Yeah. Wordplay. Dude, I'm on the Commanders. Not hard, but I'm definitely taking the spread -2. I think it should be almost -3, but I can kind of see that way. I'm hoping that our commies pull it out for Holden for the Tuchinator. All right, moving on to an actually really good game here. Uh, Detroit Lions traveling to Bodymore Murderland to play the Ravens. All right. Ravens got a sneaky win out there in London, yeah, in Tottenham. And Lions kind of just like not a super impressive win, but definitely were commanding that
Hmm.
game in Tampa Bay. Aaron, we love this Lions team.
I
You
told you,
hate the
man.
Ravens.
I can't fade the Lions anymore, man. And the Ravens are a fringe playoff team. I think I was telling you and Andrew this morning. They're a
Mm-hmm.
fringe playoff team because like for some reason the Ravens were playing down to the Titans. And I mean for the first like 2-3 quarters of the game, they were still like within a one score the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't think Tennessee is that good of a team, and you're going up against a hot wagon of a team in the Lions who have a very good defense, albeit they kind of give up the yards. They're kind of a bend don't
Yeah.
break defense.
Yes.
And the offense, dude. I mean, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Goff, and I mean Montgomery's hurt. That's
Yes.
it's a pretty big thing, and I know
It is.
Jahmyr Gibbs isn't fully healthy,
Nope.
I
He's
think.
listed as questionable right now.
So I think they're starting with, oh God, what's his name? The third string Reynolds, Josh Reynolds, or something like
Nope.
that.
That's a wide receiver. But
Oh,
doesn't
you're right.
matter.
You're right. Still on Detroit, I think.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways,
Doesn't matter. They'll just
I
pass the ball the whole time.
yeah, exactly. And I think Laporte is still healthy, so yeah, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
Detroit here.
Aaron, I'm telling you, this Baltimore team, well coached. They're finding a way to win games. Lost some heartbreakers, but still very talented. But this Detroit team, you're 5-1. Your division sucks.
It does.
I mean, also with San Fran and Philly losing,
hmm
you're starting to think, oh, we're talking playoff seeding now. I know that's probably too early, but they're thinking like, oh, if they can maybe drop one or two more and we don't drop any, or just common losses, however it all shakes out, it's it was like the road to the Super Bowl could go through Detroit.
That's kind of weird crazy to say. Yeah.
It is weird because they weren't even a playoff team last year. It's not like, I mean, they barely missed it. Ended on a high note.
True.
But, I mean, love this Lions team, especially at minus. I don't know how Baltimore is favored in this. No defense. No defense.
No. Honestly, I think it's just Vegas trying to give Baltimore their just deserves. I mean, I guess
this is probably a sucker's bet, but I'm taking it. I'm taking the spread. Lions going to cover for sure. I'll probably take a money line too. And you know what I also like? My first over-under of the year, over 42.5.
Okay.
Both these teams score some points.
Yeah.
Ravens defense a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
I think that hits.
Yeah, I think it does points, too.
They'll be close, but I like that. I like that a lot. But all right.
Who did Holden?
Oh, Holden. He's on the Lions. He's on the Lions as well. Dude, figure, dude. Freaking Washington North up there. Freaking Ravens, dude. They just need to get Joe Flacco back.
There's something about a pocket passer, dude.
Dude,
really hit difference.
I was doing that voice last night during the Bills game. I was like, freaking Tyrod Taylor, T squared. I was like, freaking what? I was like, he's just out here dropping bombs like it's 2015 again.
I mean, he was though. That's the real thing. Is it was looking real scary because I remember being like, dude, both undefeated teams losing in the same day, rigged. If Buffalo loses, I'm quitting fandom. And you're just like, why'd you say that, Aaron?
I was like, why are you jinxing my team, Aaron? Especially when your team doesn't play. Why are you passing up this early?
I'm sorry.
That was not supposed to be a stressful game, and it was very stressful, and it went very late. Moving into an absolute dog crap game. Raiders, Bears. Raiders off a nice little win. Bears just still reeling, waiting for someone to put them out of their misery. Vegas only favored by 3 on the road here. Aaron, is there any reason I shouldn't take the Raiders?
No, because the Bears have scorned me for the last time. I was on, and now I'm back off. Because how do you do that against the Minnesota Vikings? And Kirk played like garbage, dude.
Absolute poop.
Like that was your game to win. Like you said, games are lost; they're not won necessarily, and that was one of them. It was a defensive struggle. It was game of the WEAK. You had one job, and I know Fields got hurt. I think he hurt his finger or something like that.
Yeah, I think they listed his hand, something like that. Yeah.
It's just, I mean, they keep crushing me every time I pick them, dude.
They keep finding the worst ways to lose games. Like it is, you're almost wondering. We're talking about scripts. It's like at this point, are they tanking? Are they really like, oh, let's go for Caleb Williams. Let's go for someone else. Let's go for I don't know, like a really good tackle. I mean, that sounds lame, but
I mean, but how do you drop 40-something points on the Commanders and then just don't do anything against the Vikings?
Dude, it's the NFL. It's week by week. I mean, we can say the same thing about the Dolphins putting up 70, and then they barely put up 20 on us, or we put up almost 50, and then the next week
Yeah,
it's
but
just like,
y'all are better
oh,
than the Broncos. Like, I get that, but like the Commanders and Vikings, I'd almost put on the same level, if not the Commanders a little better.
I
Like
would
again,
agree. Oh, for sure.
there's no perfect transitive property, but give
No,
me
there's
Las
not.
Vegas. I'm off Chicago. City of Chicago has scorned me for the last time.
For the last time. Dude, I'm gonna do this to myself right here. Yeah, obviously on Vegas. I don't know why Jimmy G is listed as questionable. That's interesting.
Because he left the game. Hoyer had to come in, I believe.
It was Hoyer, dude,
Hold
against
on,
his former team.
let me make sure.
I thought it was that other kid that started for him like the other week. I
Nope,
don't know.
Brian Hoyer, 6 for 10, 102 yards.
You know what? I'm on the Raiders. This Bears team stinks. And yeah, I'm gonna take the spread. I'm gonna take a -3. I'm adding that to the card. Adding that to
Okay.
the card. Let's see what Holden picked here. Raiders as well. Go figure. Wow, a lot of
Nice.
different, yeah, a lot of different thinking in these picks.
Yeah, we're sweeping
Okay,
on a lot of these.
but it's too late, Aaron. We're going to the dirty South, man. Falcons, Bucks, back-to-back home games, favored by -2.5. We know these Falcons are good at home, but not so much on the road. I'm taking the Bucks here. This Bucks is still a good team. I think it's more of like a college phrase, but like we talk about quality wins. They
Mm.
lost to Philly and they lost to Detroit, and
Two
both of
five and
those
one
were at home,
teams.
granted. But yeah, it's like those are two good teams. Like Baker, that was probably his worst game all season,
Yeah.
almost. And I don't know if that repeats twice. And this Falcons team, while sneaky, just not quite there. So I'm riding the Bucks here. Baker Bucks.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are definitely still a force to be reckoned with. And like you said, they had two losses to good teams. So it's
Yeah.
like, if they're able to beat the teams that they're supposed to defeat. I know it's a division
Hmm.
game, but
Yes.
like you said, it's at Raymond James. I
Hmm.
think they have a bounce back here, and
Yep.
I think Mike Evans can get back to form again because for some reason just Baker wasn't finding him. I think Baker like kind of hurt his finger in
Yeah,
the
it just
very
looked like there were a
last.
couple throws that got away from him, just like not enough power behind it. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, but I think against this
Because
Falcon teams who's up and down, I think they're pretty consistent. So I'll take the Bucks.
boom on it, love it. Aaron, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Dude, it's freaking Steelers football time, man. On the road in LA, bringing that lunch pail and hard hat down to Los Angeles, show a little gridiron football.
Got it.
Um, Aaron, I'm not gonna lie, I want to take the Steelers here. I love Tomlin's record after a bye, but this Rams team still got a little juice to them, and like
They do. They do.
Matt Canada, man.
So I think what I can take away from this bye week is that
Hmm.
the Rolling Stones said it the best. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you'll get what you need. And you know what we need? Wins.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get any of the AFC North teams to drop one this week. That sucks. But
Hmm.
no Kyron Williams. He's doubtful because he
Mm.
hurt his ankle. I believe that was the report today.
Hmm. Hmm.
When he was a workhorse last week or this past Sunday, and
Yeah.
I mean he was rushing his ass off. And the one thing that I noticed in the film that I saw was that their O line really can't stop a decent pass rush. I
Hmm.
like T.J. Watt and Highsmith in this situation. Maybe a little.
Mm.
Um, oh wow. The D line's going to start eating, and then
Yeah.
the only worry I have is Cooper Cup and Puka Nakua getting on a rhythm. So the pass rush really needs to be there, and for fuck's sake, the secondary needs to show up. They need to start Joey Porter
Dude,
Jr.
Patty Pete, dude.
Oh my god,
He
dude.
still got tread on the tars, bro.
He got one pick recently, but dude, Levi Wallace, man. Ah, he's
uh, Look,
he's almost on the chopping block too, dude. He lets up the most yards like of any corner in the North at least right now, and I don't know where he ranks in the league total, but he's not
he may
looking
not
that
be
great.
worse.
They
He might
target him
not
a
be
lot.
worse than Kyrie Elam. God, that
They
dude's
they
birthdays.
yeah, they target him a lot. And I we couldn't get what we wanted because Matt Canada's not fired. and we can only hope that we just go up from here. And I like our chances against the Rams defense. I think Aaron Donald is like the only real threat on that
I would agree.
defense.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen too much out of them, and better teams have scored more points on them. I know the Cardinals got after it on defense, but they still got torched by Puka and Cooper Kupp. But no Kyron Williams, like I said, so I'm going with Pittsburgh here.
Oh, dude, this is tough. This is tough. I'm looking at the stats here, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
I know stats only mean so much. I gotta go with the Rams here, man. Just for my record, I want the Steelers, but I mean, even their defense, according to Espen, has allowed less yards on rushing and passing, and I'm sure probably all have more takeaways. But
we do. We have a lot of takeaways and sacks. We have a lot of sacks.
I gotta take the Rams. I think they just control the ball a little better.
All right.
Damn it. But I want to be wrong. I want you to know that I want to be wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'll remember this.
Spurns you.
Keeping the receipts. What did Holden pick for Tampa?
Oh, for Tampa? Do you go figure he's on... Oh, he's on the Falcons. That's weird. Gross.
Did you pick the Rams here too? Did Holden pick the Rams?
I just lowered my glasses for those who are listening here. You'll be shocked. He picked the Steelers.
What?
I know, that's crazy.
Okay.
Tomlin has such a good record after the bye, but it's a little different on the road. And I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
All right. Keeping it sort of in the NFC West, still a West Coast game. Cardinals traveling up to rainy Seattle. Seattle favored by a whopping -8. I got to take the Hawks here. They hung tough with Cincinnati. I got that right. Just giving Cincy that edge because they were the home team.
Barely.
I know. Hawks, I think, will just bounce back a little here. This Cardinals team's still good, still feisty. Maybe not good, just feisty.
Yeah.
They're going to get it done. And I'm also going to take Seattle -8. I don't know why. Probably a sucker's bet. But I feel when the Cardinals lose, they do lose by about double digits. So as long as Gino takes care of the football.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, I think the Hawks still had a chance to win if he hadn't just that one fumble at the end of the game. And I mean, DK Metcalf for some reason is just getting real frustrated on some of these plays where he like pushes the defender down and catches up unnecessary roughness for no reason. It's like, what are you doing, dude? We're trying to win games here. Like, stop it. You're hurting us.
I know, especially when you have a guy like Tyler Lockett, who still has it, man.
Exactly,
what
dude.
A stud. Golly. Him and Brandon Cooks, very, very reliable. I mean, although Cooks hasn't done much this year, but
I was gonna say
similar like body type and all that. Anyway,
but
so you on Seattle here as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. I think just because no James Conner on Arizona kind of makes it a little tough for them.
It does make it tough. I mean, that definitely showed this past week. Holden is on the Hawks as well. We have consensus there. Surprise. Moving to a coin flip of a game. An absolute garbage dumpster fire almost. The Green Bay Packers traveling a mile high to play Russell will let him cook Wilson. Pack favored by a point here. Aaron, do the Broncos get a little home field advantage here and find a way? Patrick Surtain going to get a lot of picks here? What's the deal?
I don't know, man. I mean, they kind of played Kansas City pretty close, for what it's worth.
They played them well, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, just I don't know, because the Packers are bad too. At least against like better defenses, but I mean, better defenses being what, like Las Vegas? Like they didn't score that many points during that game, so. I'm not going to let Russ cook here. I think I'm still going to stay safe with the Packers, although it's a bad taste in my mouth.
I know it's a very not confident pick. I'm on the Packers here as well. Their Aaron Jones, that is, not listed, so I think that's the deciding factor here, especially for how much of an element that he plays in the passing game, and their two-back sets that they like to run a lot. To make up for their lack of depth at wide receivers and also make it easier on their green quarterback, Love. Let's see. Holden's on the Broncos here. That's disgusting. That's horrible. That's got to be a regretful pick, or maybe not. Do you think there's no possibility? You know, the thing is with these Broncos, I think Sean Payton is getting paid so much. There's no way they clean house. There's no way they do it twice. They are so locked in on him in Russ. It's like Broncos fan have to suffer through this for at least another year.
They paid them both a lot of money to be there, and
A
if it's
lot of
not going to work,
guaranteed money.
I don't know how you can move on from Russ after this season. Like you physically can't with your cap
No,
and the cap hit that he's going to take
yeah,
if he does leave. There's no way they're going to take a top pick like in the draft.
and no one's going to trade for him either.
No, it's not with that money. So yeah,
No,
I think you're right. They're going to have to suffer through it. But
it's unfortunate.
God,
Like as an AFC competitor, I'm kind of into it, but also it's just like I'm like this is depressing. Like
yeah,
almost like I'm like this is just not good football.
it's tough to watch.
Uh, Keeping it in the AFC West, Chargers traveling the Chiefs' kingdom. Travis Kelsey, Taylor Swift, America's sweethearts. Put them on the ticket for the 2024 election. Could do well. Probably not. That's ridiculous.
Swift Kelsey.
Case, wait, don't they have that in Philly too? No.
Mm. They
Chiefs
do.
here favored by -5.5. I'm on the Chiefs here. I hate that I like this Chiefs team. I hate that they find a way. I low key need them to drop some games then in Miami for my Bills to maybe sneak up and. But I know the Chargers play tonight because we're recording on Monday.
Yeah.
But I just can't trust this Chargers team. What is up with
Yeah.
Bosa?
I don't know,
Derwin
dude.
James?
I mean, their defense
This
hasn't
Herbert
played.
kid.
Herbert's played all right. Their offense still plays pretty well,
All I'm saying is against this Dallas D, this is a statement game from him.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, well, Dallas is a little banged up on the back end. I mean, no Trevon Diggs, and obviously that was a big part of their defense. But I mean, with
Still Stephon
Micah,
Gilmore, still Micah Parsons.
true, yeah. So I mean, they definitely still have some pieces. It'll really come down to how well they play this Cowboys team, like you were saying, and
Yeah.
it's a division game. And, all of those games are pretty close. I would not be surprised if the Chargers got this one, but my money is on the Chiefs.
I just feel the Chiefs just find a way, man. It's so weird. Things really do tend to fall their way. I think even last year they played them close.
Yeah.
And just Chiefs pulled away right at the end. But I just don't think the Chargers have the firepower. They're really going to not need to make any mistakes. And Pat Mahomes had a bad game against the Jets. I think he kind of took that to heart. And I know they're kind of struggling against Denver, but I think Denver's defense is still somehow better than this Chargers team, even though they just let up 70 points on them. I don't know. I'm on the Chiefs. Forget about it. It's
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. I'm not going to overthink it. Holden's picks here. Let's see. He's on the Chiefs as well. Consensus there. Moving it to Sunday night football. Now, this game, even after the end of my game last night, I was kind of foaming at the mouth for this one, man. This one looks nuts. Dolphins Eagles, absolutely insane, absolute insanity. Eagles losing for the first time this season. Dolphins still just kind of rolling. Tyreek Hill having a crazy year. Offense having a crazy year. Aaron, I already know who I'm going to pick here, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Look, man, I'm going Dolphins. I don't know if I can trust this Eagles defense, dude. They got torched by the Jets.
Get out of here. Dude, I wouldn't say torched, all right?
I mean, no, it's not.
Offense. Come on,
it's
man.
not a bad beat, but dude, like I don't know. I mean, if the Dolphins defense doesn't show up to this game, it's in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a hard place to play.
That's right.
But man, that offense,
city, a working class town.
That offense, man, it's just so good.
Raheem
Mostert had 3 touchdowns.
Not Cubans.
I don't know. Both are pretty fire sandwiches, but I mean, I do like Phillies too. Like Phillies are good sandwiches. But yeah, no, dude, I got the Fins here. I'm sorry, dude. Riding Fins up.
That's messed up. All right, let's see what Holden picked here. This is going to be. Oh, he picked the Dolphins as well. Wow. That's a real great pick, Holden. That's such a great pick. Yeah, actually, no, that makes sense now that I think about it. I mean, that's part of the reason that I'm partially biased. I'm not picking these Dolphins here. I'm going to pick them last week. I don't care. I ain't picking them now. And let me tell you what the difference is going to be. Let me tell you what the secret is stopping this powerful, record-setting Miami offense. Stop the run game.
Okay.
Stop the run game. It all starts with the run. If you're able to kind of like limit that, you see some weak spots
Oh
in
yeah.
that armor in that offense in Tua's game. That's all I'm saying. That's what we did. It seemed to work out. I know that's only one game, but I will say in terms of rush yards allowed, Dolphins have allowed almost 115 yards a game so far. Philly only allowed 65. I
Wow.
know slightly limited sample size here, but I do think the defense will
Still
be
pretty
the edge here.
significant. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like if we can limit that run game. I know they have both teams are a little bit banged up, but in different ways. But yeah, I'm going to lean on Philly here. Hope that clears up. And Hurts just chip on his shoulder. I ain't
Hmm.
having a game like that again. I'm not playing like that at home. We will tush push our way all the way to the freaking goal line.
Brotherly
And
shove.
dude, that's an even better name. There's so
Uh,
many. Gosh, there's gonna be such good merch out there. It's not even
oh,
crazy.
easily. I
There's
mean,
gotta be a
like,
version of that for a Halloween costume. It's like, what are you this Halloween? I'm the tush push. Like,
I don't even know how you do that. I
I
mean,
don't
like,
know, but people are
but
creative. They'll find a way.
I think you've got a point. Like, if you slow down the run game and you force Tua to throw, is he gonna make more mistakes? Like, is the Philly pass rush gonna make him start seeing ghosts like he has
Yeah.
against other teams like the Bills who rushed him very well.
Hmm.
But I mean, Tyreek Hill and Waddle against that secondary who really either just didn't show up that game against the Jets. Dude, I don't know. Uh,
I'm just saying that's my pick. That's what I'm sticking to. I
Fair
mean,
enough.
don't get me wrong. Hill and Waddle, insane. Like they got guys for sure.
Hey,
It's
oh,
gonna be a tough
guys.
game, but I'm also adding my partially biased element. I need Miami to drop a game. We gotta play Philly too. So, but
Yeah,
I would prefer to win the AFC East. I would prefer
right.
to not be a wild card, God forbid. And that brings us to our last game of the slate, man. The Monday night special. 49ers traveling to Minnesota, the Twin Cities. Uh yeah. Shout out Burke, shout out the Niners.
Hmm.
That was a tough loss. Let's see what Holden's going San Fran. Freaking no surprise there. Hates Kirk Cousins. Who does? Who
Yeah.
doesn't? I'm on the Niners. I'm taking the spread -7. I know they had an outrageous one they did not cover or lay the points against last week, but Niners are going to find a way to bounce back. People are going to be healthy one way or the other. Kirk is not the same guy without Jettas.
Yeah. I think that was definitely apparent last game, and I mean, just like the whole dynamic of the offense changed. I mean, even the run game was a little hard to watch, and I mean, how bad do you think these injuries to the San Francisco 49ers offense are really gonna last and be on
Yeah,
them? Because I mean, like their second string running back, because I think McCaffrey might be out with an oblique. I think the report was he has an oblique injury.
that's such a
They,
weird
they
one. I don't know how that works.
so Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, and Tyrion Davis Price are all on that stacked team. Brandon Ayuk is still there. He's very good. George Kittle. Trent Williams might be out. He's just questionable with a rolled up high ankle. So I
Hmm.
don't know if it's a bad sprain or not.
Hmm.
Either way, this Vikings team is bad. And if the Bears couldn't expose it, San Francisco is going to expose it. And they can do it on
Yeah.
one leg. So I'm taking San Fran here as well.
I also think a big difference here is San Fran's defense. I mean, while the offense didn't show, it's like they still limited the Browns to not a ton of opportunities. And I think Minnesota's really going to struggle with that with Fred Warner there in the middle, locking it down, which brings us to our best bets. We'll get one from Holden later, probably post that on the social media. So, speaking of, make sure to follow us on Instagram, uh, whether TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, like and subscribe,
Yes.
Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that stuff. So you never miss a partially biased take. Aaron, you got any best bets?
Yeah, let me look at my slate here. Just sticking with money lines. I might choose a player prop, but every time I've done that, they haven't hit. So I'm going a little careful here. Let me get
Yeah.
back to my sheet here. So I'm taking Jags money line. Even
Well,
though the line is favoring New Orleans, that's interesting.
yeah, I know, right?
Um, I am taking the. I want to take the Bills, but 8.5 seems just a little too much. I don't know. I know the Patriots suck. It says
What?
8.5 on ESPN.
What? What are you talking about? Oh, it is 8.5. Oh, okay, that's good. No, that's good. I don't know why I thought it was only 5. I
Did it
can't
move
read.
from
Reading's
like
hard.
this morning?
No, I literally checked before we recorded and it was at 9, so that line is moving. That's interesting.
Okay.
Very
Um,
interesting. Okay.
I will take the Lions money line and Pittsburgh money line and the Chiefs.
Wait, you said Jags, Lions, Pitt.
Jags. Yeah, I was kind of wavering on the Bills Patriots. So yeah, Jags,
Okay.
Lions, Pitt, and Chiefs.
And the Kansas shitty Chiefs. All right. Whoa, Aaron, that's a crazy parlay you got dialed up. Why is this so crazy? Oh, you picked.
Pittsburgh's value.
Yeah, no, you picked 3 dogs. That is at plus 1658.
So
So one
if you were to
dollar
put,
will win you 17.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
There's
What
some
you
tough
got?
ones there. Dude, I can't believe Lions are a dog here. That's just getting crazy there. My best bet of the week, dude. I want to go Detroit because I just think that's the move, especially because they're plus. I'm gonna have 2. I know we only do 1, but I'm gonna go 2 here just because I'm gonna be needy for a second here. I'm gonna take Detroit plus 3. I think that's just easy. I would almost take a money line, maybe alt spread it if you're feeling crazy. But Washington minus 2.
Okay.
Washington, the pressure is on. You're gonna be on the road. Get this dub against a banged up Giants team. See where the cards all fall at the end of the season. Just you can do it. The D line is there. As long as you don't turn the ball over, it'll get figured out. This Giants team stinks. They're not good. They're really not good. That being said, I got a little moneyline parlay of my own, and it's
Ooh.
gonna be way better than yours, Aaron. So
Fucking bring it. 3 dogs? Can
little,
you beat
little,
that?
little healthy competition. No, I can't. I got the Buffalo money line. This is a 14 parlay. Buffalo money line, Seattle money line, Kansas City money line, and the Niners money line.
Okay.
That's going to come out to plus 206. I think that's a great odds. I missed this 14 parlay strategy last week, but the week before it hit. So hopefully we get back on track here. Yeah, hopefully that all works. But with that being said, any last thoughts, Aaron, before we wrap it up?
Did Holden give us any bets?
No. We're going to
Shit.
do it on the social media, which everyone should
Right.
follow and like and subscribe.
Yes, so we are going to post
Or
best
else.
bets on Sunday mornings, just so everyone can like tail those
Yes,
in real
physically,
time.
for all our
So-
visual learners out there.
Yeah, so we're not picking random picks with like injuries that haven't been disclosed or anything like that. So
Yes. You're on it like a bonnet. With that being said, thanks for tuning in. Love all you guys. Love you, Aaron.
Love
Hope
you
you win
too.
all your bets. And yeah.
Go
Bills by a billion.
Steelers! We're gonna win this week. We need wins.